What is up, everyone? We are here at the Condor Blue booth, and I'm super excited because I'm going to be talking to Kelly Minna, head of marketing at NANlite. So I'm super excited because the rave about the lights are crazy. Everybody's like, Brittany.
And I'm super excited to talk to you because, as I told you when we got up here, like, we've been watching your stuff. Talisa, who works on our social media, shout out to Talisa if you're watching. We adore your channel, and we've been wanting to work with you, so I'm very excited to get a conversation
I'm excited
started.
too to just have another woman, you know?
I'm just saying.
We got a duo and collab on this for
I know.
sure.
Let's work on something,
Yes.
man. Yeah, for sure. I love that.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to have you here. I want to talk to you first and foremost about you. Like I said, being a woman, your head. So I want to just talk about like your story and how you got to NANlite.
Well, I have a background in production, so I've done a little bit of everything. I shoot, I edit, I light, all the things. And then I worked for B&H for about 10 years, and I ran their YouTube team for a while. And after that, I got into doing content with NANlite and then running their media, the marketing, the influencers, the cool creative people like you I get to work with. And the most fun part for me is the fact that I am somebody who does production. So I know, like earlier today, we were like talking about stuff like producer minded, like, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that. I love working with other creatives like that. And NANlite in particular has been such a great brand to work with because it's affordable.
Yeah.
The quality is great. Combined together with those two things, they don't need to be mutually exclusive. And they're just a good brand.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta say, like, I know you went to the booth yesterday. Come back. I'd love to introduce you to Nancy, who owns everything.
Yes.
By the way, Nancy, a lovely lady who owns.
Yeah,
exactly. Just saying.
You guys are already up top in my mind. It's
I know.
here, it's
yeah.
here.
So Nancy's amazing, and she's super passionate, and there's just a really great team behind the brand. And I just work with a very family-oriented, team-minded group of people. And then we get to work with really great collaborators like you.
Yeah. And I think that's super exciting when the brand has people that are also doing it. Because then they're able to make products where they know what we need.
Yes,
so, yeah.
absolutely. And we like to get feedback and stuff like that. I'm always like taking notes for people to see, you know, there's different items people like to see or maybe different modifiers people like to see. And it's always nice to get that feedback. And they're very receptive to that. So like they're coming out with newer things based on things that people have asked for.
Yes. That's great. Look, we are killing the game. So I want to talk, and this is a scoop, guys, because a lot of these products actually aren't even out yet. So I think that's super cool. So let's talk about some
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell nobody.
Thank
okay?
you.
This is between us.
This is between us.
So let's talk about some of the products. Like, I'm super excited because one, first and foremost, from what I just see, is that they look travel friendly.
What calls you first?
What calls me
just
first?
Just point at something. I'll talk about it.
This one calls me first.
Here we go. Okay, so this is the Pavo Slim. So we just came out with this size, which is 2 feet by half a foot. So it's a very thin. I would use this for a hair light and stuff. I'd love to hear how you would use this. But the Pavo Slim line has been out for a little bit now. And it's basically, you know, we got a lot of feedback about how flexible lights were convenient because they were thin, but people didn't like setting them up. People felt like they were actually breaking them easily, you know, because you're constantly moving it around and bending it and all that kind of stuff, and over time it wears. So what we did was we came out with a thinner light that's durable. It's not flexible, but it's super, super thin and light. And then we have a ballast that has a cable, so you can put the ballast onto a C-stand, you can mount it onto something, onto a grid. We're actually using the 60 right now above us to light us, just to give you an idea of how bright these are. And cameras are so sensitive now and stuff too, so I brought you the little guys to show you what's portable, what can you travel with, what's super easy. Lots of us are shooting just by ourselves. The industry is going through a lot right now. I just had a cinematographer tell me I'm my own editor, shooter, assistant, I'm my gaffer, I'm my everything.
And we're used to that because that's how we started.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of people are doing nowadays, you know, and the lighter, the better. You know, the more powerful and the lighter, the better, because then you can actually travel with it, but you also know it's going to pack a punch when you go and use them on whatever it is that you're doing.
So how powerful is it?
So this is actually 60 watts. That's why it says 60 in the name. This is actually the Pavo Slim 60CL. So that means it's full color. It's RGB WW. So it actually has that warmer kind of RGB bicolor lighting. that's more like incandescent.
Yes.
That warm, nice, like your cozy living room type thing.
Yeah.
I
That's
always
great,
lean, if you're going to get one of these, I always love the full color because you also get the bicolor option
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
But it also depends on what it is that you need. You know?
I actually really love it because, like you said, it is portable and it's small, so you can travel with.
Yes.
And for me on set, I will most likely use it as a hair light or
That's what I
kick
was going to
light.
ask you. Like,
Yeah.
what does this inspire you to use it as?
Hair light, kick light, but also
Yeah.
I would just use it to Hollywood a light. So lately,
Thank you. Yes.
it's been because it's been me having to shoot with maybe just like one gaffer, and
Yep.
we have like a lot of run and gun for documentary type of work.
Yeah.
You never can just like be setting up lights like that. So being able to have a smaller light that you can Hollywood,
Yes.
and just have on a boom arm, running through.
Yeah.
Those are perfect. So,
And with the battery power, you can literally just, you're right, just hold it and
Yeah,
point it. You could do a
exactly.
walk and talk,
Yep.
which is something that I've done a lot with actually lights like this. If I'm going to move on, talk about Hollywooding, how about this for a setup,
yes,
right?
this is so cool.
I know it's a little heavy, but once you get the balance right,
No, it's perfect.
yeah.
It's
So
perfect.
that's with the V-mount power. There's also an option for those Sony lights, so the Sony batteries that are a little bit smaller and lighter. And then you could put modifiers on this. So this is actually the FC120B. So this is new and top secret. Don't tell anybody about
Guys,
this.
I'm
It's
telling
top
you,
secret.
it's top secret.
Only for you. Okay. So this
It's
is
not
the
even out yet, right?
It's not out yet.
even out
It's not
yet,
out
guys.
yet. This doesn't exist. I'm not
It-
holding this.
yeah, I don't
you
even know
never
what this
saw
is.
this. Okay. But the FC series is a series of lights that we have that are like monolights, spotlights, modifiers, all that kind of stuff. This is one that has the FM mount, which is a priority mount for us. It's a smaller mount. It's almost like a smaller Bowens.
Nice.
But it does come with a Bowens adapter
so you can
that
still
you can
use
put
all of the modifiers. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
This
So
is actually super cool.
isn't it cool? I love using these guys. My favorite toy, if you will, is one of these guys with a projector mount. So I do have a new projector mount. This is also new. I'll come back to this guy because he's still very interesting to me.
He is.
He is, and he's adorable.
It's the handle.
I know.
That's really what it is.
I know. Like there's two types of battery grips, the V mount and then the Sony one. But it's nice to have that as an option. And the difference with the FC versus the FS series, FS, you have to directly plug it into a wall. It's more for studio stuff. The FCs, there are battery options. So you have the hand grip. We actually also have like a D-tap where you could put like it into the V-mount battery and directly into the light. So like there's options there for
and
being
this
mobile.
is also bicolor.
It is
and
bicolor.
This is also great for not just filmmakers,
Yeah.
but also like photographers.
Absolutely.
Right? When they're out in the field shooting, and then they can have somebody just holding that light. And a lot of them are using constant light anyways.
Exactly.
And they're not using as many like.
And we have soft boxes and stuff too. So like if you're Hollywooding something and you're walking, that's what I've done before is gimbal shots, like walk and talks, and you have your assistant Hollywood the light and walk with you.
And you think about like Vogue's like 76 Questions, they're using lights like this.
Exactly.
Where
They're walking
having
through the
somebody
people's houses.
Yes. So these are like perfect for just that nice soft light with the softbox.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Telling you. That it's the handle for me.
There's also a 60B, which is a little bit smaller than this, but still the same mount. So this one's a little more powerful, but the 60B has a punch.
60.
The 60B,
The
like,
60 be 60 in, okay?
it is. It really is. It does what it do.
does.
Yeah, and I love that little guy because he's a little bit smaller than this. So that with the Sony batteries and a projector mount, you could put a spotlight on someone and like
That's
walk around
super
with them,
dope.
which is very cool. Yeah. And then this also is a case that comes with it.
I love it.
Yes.
A
So
lot of
cases
people
are always
also-
good.
And it's also because a lot of people ask me, like, are you traveling with your lights? How are
Right.
you traveling with your lights?
Exactly, yeah.
And so making sure that you have travel-friendly lights, like
Yes.
this could be even a carry-on. Like somebody asked me, like,
Yes.
about bringing stuff on as a carry-on. This
Right.
is a whole carry-on.
That's a whole carry-on. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you could take it with
and
you.
it buckles shut and stuff like that. You know
Yes.
it's going to be safe.
Yes.
But I want to talk about the pricing a little bit because I don't want to misquote myself, so I'm looking at my notes and I'm cheating. I am cheating, but I just want to make sure you have the right information. So the FC120B, which is this guy, $249
That's
with
good.
the case, with the Bowens adapter.
with everything to get you started.
It's
Honestly,
a good start
yeah,
kit. Yeah,
that
for
is a
sure.
good start.
Especially with the battery power, because as filmmakers and as people who are doing run and gun stuff, you often need to have that as an option. Like you
Yes.
don't know what the location might have available to you. I like having batteries as just a backup because sometimes
I'm always bringing my personal
Yes.
personal stuff. Just
Yes.
always.
Yeah, it's important.
That's actually a really good price. And it's so small.
I know. And then the 60B, let's see. Again, I'm cheating, guys. It's fine. The 60B is only $159.
I felt like you were going to say around that price. That's good.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah. So this guy, I actually have to look up.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
These aren't out, so you get a pass. It's
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you so
they're
much.
Fresh.
Yes,
They're
this one
new.
is out, but it's fine. It's
That
fine.
one's
These
out,
are
but
new.
these are now.
Yes. I will move on, though, and I'll get you that number later.
Yes.
Okay, great. This is a 10-degree projector mount. So we have a 19-degree, and we have a 36-degree. And one of the gaffers we work with, John Roche, he's actually doing a speech about working with cinematographies and stuff like that over at our booth. By the way, we have a great lineup. If you're at the show, please come to the NANlite NANlux booth because we have incredible education going like throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, we have coffee. Also, we're fun.
I heard you guys got some
Also,
really
we're
good goodie
fun.
bags too. So
We have coffee. After this, coffee?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, great. But the 10-degree one.
Yeah.
So this one's such a clean spotlight, and it gives you that wider spotlight to work with. We've been asked for this by gaffers so much.
I was gonna say I think the most that I've used has been 19.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get you one.
Yeah.
We'll get you one.
Oh.
I got you. No, we got this.
Yeah. I did one. I
This
did a
guy's
shoot in New
awesome.
York where it was just a 19, and I was
Yeah.
just
Are you in New York? Are you
I'm
based
in LA.
Oh, you're in LA.
But I travel.
If you're in New York, look me up. I'm in New York.
like, yeah. Oh
just saying.
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, next time I come.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll film
Yeah,
something.
for
It'll
sure.
be good. Yeah.
But this is great.
Yeah, what would you
10?
use something like this for, do you think? Because it's like a nice crisp beam.
So, oh my God, I wish I can show you some of my mood boards for
Oh.
some shoots that I have. But
Do
yeah,
you do Pinterest with your mood boards?
I do Canva.
That is brilliant.
And I do frame set because
Okay.
the images just really
Yes.
call
Yes.
my name.
Yes.
But the spotlight, like I'm always for it, especially
Yeah.
if it's like a single talent.
Yes.
Like I have a mood board for a violinist, and it's just so much that I can do with this.
Yeah.
That I've already like spotlighting him, and then even like with a lot of these like shooting from getting silhouette vibes, like really trying to be creative in
Yeah.
like my lighting choices. I like to play with shadows. So
Oh.
that's another reason why. Yeah,
Yes.
I love playing with
hard
shadows.
light,
Yes.
some hard light,
Yes.
some dramatic
That's
shadows.
why, like a lot of times you'll see like people or dancers, they're playing a lot with spotlights and projecting.
You can
all of
mimic a
those.
theater look. 'Cause,
Yes.
like we used to do this with like Source 4s and
Yes.
theater, and like
And-
it's just crazy how small everything is
I was
now.
gonna say, yeah, this and then just being LED and
Yeah. I feel blessed to kind of come into film like when it was old school-esque.
And then you seen
like
the
I was dragging
project-
around
HMIs.
HMIs with like ballasts and big wires and just like in the rain trying to cover everything. And it's like you look at this now and it's just kind of wild what you
Yeah.
can do. Nothing's getting
crazy.
hot.
Because what this is,
Nothing's
you
burning
said this
you?
is like your 13th year, right? So
13th
you've seen
year
the
at NAB, I
trajectory
think.
of like lights.
Exactly. Yeah. I've seen the
crazy.
evolution of a lot of these things, and it's just wild in the past, like even just 15 years.
Yeah.
What's being done with LED lighting, the technology of it.
And you guys are like some of the forerunners of it. Like
We're
this
doing
is
our
crazy.
best. Yeah. No,
This
the
is
NANlite
amazing.
the NANlite team is definitely doing what we can and taking notes.
I'm looking good doing it.
Oh, thanks, man.
See, we give compliments over here.
Of course.
Compliments to the products and the people.
Obviously. We met each other like 5 minutes ago and we were
Yeah.
like, I love you. I
We're
love
best
you.
friends. It's great. It's great. I
It's
love
perfect. It's the female filmmaker thing. I think.
That's
you
what
know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? Yeah.
You know, soft and sweet. Soft and sweet.
Yeah. You got to get it done.
So, like, some of your productions, like, talk to me about some of these. Like, how would you use certain things?
I'm really excited, actually. I'm a very big lighting dork. I mean, obvs, right? I hide it so well. I never talk about this stuff, except I always talk about this stuff. I really want to use this.
Yeah.
And I directed a music video, which was all a runner shot at some point last year. I would have loved to have had this because I think I would have started with a spotlight on the artist. And then I would have used the NANlink app because that's what we did in the music video. As they were doing things, they had choreographed dances and stuff, and it was all one long shot. We didn't have a cut.
Okay, one
And
shot.
I had to use the NANlink app to like cue lights at certain
Nice.
points. So I would love.
And all these work with the NANlite app.
Yes, everything works with the NANlite app. If you have older fixtures, you need a box, a control box that we have, which will create a network for you to use. So if you do have older stuff, that's okay. You can still use the NANlite app. But everything that's new is Bluetooth, and you connect directly to the lights, which is great because especially run and gun,
and
one person shooting.
Lights, yeah.
You know, I don't want to leave my video village, which, yes, is just a monitor on top of my tiny mirrorless camera sometimes.
Yes, no, serious.
But you can watch it and be like, that's too hot on them on the left. Let me bring it down. Yeah, and you can just do that and see the difference on your screen and not run to the back of the talent, distract the talent. You know, like, the simpler, the better.
I've been telling like a lot of my friends, it's about perception and like looking professional. And it's a lot of times when it's just you or even you and somebody else, what's the easiest like way to be able to stay in a professional setting and not be feeling like you're running around with your head cut off?
Exactly.
And so that's perfect.
There's also so many lists.
Yeah.
In production, it's just you prepare as best as you can.
Yep.
Everything goes wrong, and then you adapt.
And the reason why all this is so important is because honestly, lighting is key. We can talk about cameras all day, lenses all day, but if you don't know lighting or how to use and really craft your image with lighting, nothing else really matters.
I mean, depth, color, mood. I mean, it just sets absolutely everything in terms of your frame. And I think good lighting really distinguishes someone who's maybe a hobbyist or just kind of playing with cameras and only using natural light and trying to find the light, which is where we all start. We're trying to find the light and we look for good, you know, the sun's hitting this in a cool way. Let's run over there and try to do that. But when you can start controlling your own light, modifying your own light, really specifically thinking about how you want something to look and then making that happen. I think that kind of marks a hobbyist to a professional.
I agree.
You know, it's all about how you approach it and considering those things.
And it's about finding the right tools too, right?
Absolutely.
Like we have all these tools, but which one is going to be able to provide the exact thing that you need for that particular scene?
Yes.
So like really learning about the different modifiers, learning about the different lights and what they do. A projector is going to be different than a softbox, and which one do you need to make sure that you get the shot and the image that you want or the look that you want for a particular one.
Exactly.
So.
And then the modifiers can make the light a bigger light source for you. You know, it makes it more flattering or you like shadows. I'm telling you, this thing here,
I'm
this
excited.
is gonna,
I'm excited.
It's some dramatic shadows. I always say we are painting with light, but we also have to consider shadow.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of people are so focused on the exposure and the lighting and not how to make it interesting with ratios and just like depth and, you know, that's the kind of stuff that really makes it more interesting for anybody to watch it.
I agree. I agree. I was just talking to somebody the other day about, they were like, you love playing with shadows. They were like, we want you to be our DP because you are actually not afraid of shadows.
I love that they saw that in you, by the way. I love when other creatives are like, you know what I like about your work, and they're spot on with what it is you're going with.
I'm like,
it's a big compliment to you, by the way, really.
Oh, thank you.
Truly.
I appreciate it. But when they said it, I never think about it, you know?
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of crushing blacks if I have to.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly. And also, like, a lot of times when you overexpose something, like, it's hard to get those details back.
Yeah,
so, like, you got to be mindful of that when you're actually shooting something. If it's overexposed, it's funny, too, because these lights are so bright, even the small guys. I'm, like, never at 100% with these. Especially if I'm shooting so close to somebody or it's, like, a close-up shot, like... That's why you can get away with these little smaller lights now, because we have bigger Bowens lights that, you know, for bigger sets and for bigger things that you're shooting and stuff. But I feel like, especially documentary, run and gun, you're traveling. These are things that you can actually take on the airplane with you, and it's not that bad.
So for this one, do you guys have different sizes?
Yes. So we actually have a 1x1. We have a 2x2, actually, that also came out, the 240. I think Barry talked about that a little bit yesterday with Brady.
Brady's amazing.
Brady's
also.
great. Oh, hey, Brady.
That Brady. Okay.
Do you want to come give me a quick hug? We're live, but it's fine.
He's like
I still love you.
Amazing. If you guys really want to learn lighting, definitely go and check out Brady's channel.
Okay, leave our set. Leave our set. Thank you. Oh my God, love you. Love you so much.
Brady's
love you so
great.
much. Yeah, he's good.
Like
he's fine.
The way he
he's all right.
lighting is just so great. So
no, he's all right. He's fine. Yeah.
He's all right.
We love him. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. I don't want to give him too big of a head.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Let's move on.
But yeah, like that's great that you also have different sizes as well.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, and then we have like a strip bank size as well that goes long ways and stuff. So I just like how thin they are, and they also, you can put like these magnet pieces that we have that you can screw into the back of it, and it's a flat magnet. So if you have a magnetic wall, there's a studio I shoot at a lot in Harlem called Uptown Shots, and all their walls are magnetic because they're smart. And they're literally will make like, you know, tube walls behind
Yeah.
somebody or like some patterns and stuff. And you don't have to deal with stands. You don't have to
That
deal,
is
you know?
cool. Yeah.
And there are quarter
I
20s
love
behind
that.
here where you could put like
Screw it.
magnets.
Yes.
I really want to do something where I have like a music video or a silhouette, speaking of shadows,
See?
where I build a wall out of these things with different shapes and stuff.
That would be cool.
Right? And different colors can
Yeah,
happen and stuff
yeah.
like that. And then there's like a dancer or something silhouetted in front of that.
And then you just control
Yeah,
with the
I'm
NANlite.
thinking my thoughts out loud,
you
guys.
Just
You're-
control with the NANlite and then just have it
Yes.
just do its thing.
Exactly. I will say with the NANlink app, I never go past 7 or 8 fixtures because I feel like especially the Bluetooth just starts getting spotty. But and then you could get the control apps if you want even more of them.
Yeah.
But it worked great for me when I did that music video because I think I only had like maybe 5 or 6 lights,
That's
and I
so
was just
cool.
like boom, blue,
Right.
boom, green.
Red.
Yeah, it was great.
That
I was
is
like,
so
boom. And then if I knew this existed, I would have been like, boom, spotlight.
Yeah,
but
this-
next time.
So you haven't been
I
able to
haven't.
actually
I
test
literally,
it,
this
to
is the
play
first
with
time
it.
I'm seeing
Oh my
it.
God.
Also,
It's
it doesn't
so
exist.
small,
Also,
though.
it's a secret. Also, I never showed you
yeah.
this. Yeah. Okay,
True.
great. I'm so,
Facts.
yes.
But it's so small.
Yeah.
It's like even like
I know.
even the 19 that I've played with before.
Yeah.
This is small.
It is very, very, very small, and it's light. That's why you could also Hollywood this. Like if you wanted to have
That's
something
crazy.
moving around. Yeah. And this is also something I wanted to mention too is that these brackets are a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new bracket that also has an umbrella hole right
Oh,
here.
see,
So
that-
you
and
can
that's
use
what I
an
was saying
umbrella
for
hole.
photographers as well.
And it's articulating, so you can move the light and point it whatever you want it to go and everything like that. These grips also have, for the C-stand, you can actually put the grip on top of the C-stand. So what I like to do is, bear with me. I actually like to put this on a C-stand
Yeah.
with the battery power, and then I move the C-stand around.
yeah, just get a rolling C-stand.
Exactly. The rolling is the
The
best.
rolling is the
yes,
best.
yes, because you put whatever modifier you want on
Yep.
this. You have battery power. You're not messing with any cables. Because you don't
liking
have
it.
to be running gun. You could just, want
You-
life to be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that rolling C-stand. Telling you, change your life.
Rolling C-stand is
Change your life.
a life changer for sure.
I really like this though. This is really, really good.
I'm glad because I'm gonna get you stuff, and then we're gonna see what she
guys.
makes with the stuff.
That's why, look, check out my YouTube. In probably like 2
Please.
weeks, I'm probably just going to be all NANlite, NANlite, NANlite. It's about to
That
be.
would be my dream.
It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. I'm excited because, lighting, like I said, lighting is super important. And
Yeah.
so the way I've been trying to approach, my filmmaking career and a
Sure.
lot of my projects is really dialing in on lighting. Because, again, I feel like we talk a lot about everything else.
Yeah.
But I think it's a weakness for a lot of people when it should be a strength.
And
Lighting
I
comes
think people are
first.
overwhelmed by it too.
Yeah, it's so much.
Which it can be in the beginning. I
can,
feel
yeah.
like, yeah, like.
But I think you start off with your key source, your 3-point, your key, your
Yep.
hair.
Yep.
And I think with all these, they can essentially play in all those aspects: your key, your hair, and everything.
and then play with color as
Yeah,
well. So if you get the
yeah.
full color light, you can do whatever
I think
you want with
nowadays
that.
you kind of should.
Yeah.
You should just be going for like a bicolor.
Yeah, at least I think.
Like-
yeah. Daylight can be brighter, and if that's all you're doing, it's all like based on your needs. But
Yeah,
like for
but I
me,
feel like-
I always want as much versatility as possible.
Yes, it's always tricky because you'll get there and be like, "Dang, I kind of wish that I
Yeah.
had more options
Yes,
to
yes.
choose from." So being able to have that, but then still being able to have RGBWW is also great too. So
It's a nice warm
great.
light that kind of mimics incandescent lighting. So
and
that's
a lot of
really
people
nice.
are like, "How
Yeah.
do you get?" It's so funny because a lot of people are always asking, "How do you get like a warmer look?"
Yeah,
And I'm always trying to tell people it's not just about white balance.
yeah.
It's like one of the least. It's really also about lighting and the type of modifiers you're using, the type of lights you're using, also
Color that
about
you're
the
using,
color that you're using,
setting
like,
the mood with
tho-
color.
Yeah, those
Absolutely.
also play a bigger part than just like changing your white balance to get a warmer feel because they kind of have to work hand in hand.
Yep.
So again, learning the lighting and learning how to create a warmer look with your lighting, with your colors.
It takes it to
Just
the next
way to go.
level.
Yeah.
It really does.
So I would
Yeah.
advise people to really dial in and get some lighting that is going to inspire and help them learn the aspect. I think when you learn lighting, you kind of also learn a little bit more about your camera, to be honest.
Oh, for
And,
sure.
like, the settings
What your
that you
camera is
need.
capable
Yeah,
of, the
yeah.
dynamic range
Yes.
available to you,
Yes.
like how can you push these things?
And then even
Yeah.
with that, that's when people are like, gear doesn't matter because when you work with lighting, you can use an iPhone.
I was
You
going to
know?
say, have you guys seen what they've been doing with iPhones?
Yeah.
Like little movies and stuff like that?
And the
like,
takeaway is that the camera changes, but the lighting is always the more important. It always stays
Yep.
the same. So
Yep.
like use an iPhone, but make sure that the lighting is right. And think
Exactly.
about it. If you go and you have an iPhone and then you have more like portable lighting, you have a really small, look set that you can like do your thing with.
And
like,
change.
It should not. That won't slow you down when creating content, because this is really about like, you want to create and you want to have no limitations in your creating. And that also involves like how big your lights is, because sometimes that can like, for me, I'm like, if I got to drag all this, then I don't.
Especially
know
if you're
I wanna do
alone.
it. Yeah.
Like if you're just like, I gotta pack my car up, I gotta get all this stuff out myself.
I got a Mazda 3.
Nice.
And the way I be trying to
I got a Toyota Camry, reliable.
The way I be trying to stuff lighting in there, like this is going to trunk. I can't stuff no big lights. So that's why I'm a fan of having portable lighting. I'm also, because I'm more of a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
I'm always doing run and gun type of shooting, verite, things like that. And so a lot of times we don't even have time to set up a light. We don't have time for any of that. So it's just like,
because it's real and in the moment.
Exactly.
It's like, how much can you really shift or change? Sure.
Yes. So a lot of that is super important for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love documentary work too, because I really like how the story it always comes together in the edit.
Yes.
And like with like fiction and narrative, obviously there's a story and there are acts and there are points and you're following that. But with a documentary, like the editor really helps to shape the story.
You have
and
to.
while you're filming, you also kind of don't know the end of the story. And I don't know. I like that process a lot. Yeah.
But another thing too, with documentary editing, I really want to change how we look at, like how we shoot interviews. Like they don't have to be boring. They can be lit. Beautifully.
Oh my God. There's some docs that like, I'm like, oh my, I've had screen grabs of some
Me too.
A-roll. I have screen grabs of A-roll. I like love when they frame it in an interesting way too, like a lot of headroom, but in like an interesting way. Because we've been taught to kind of do interviews like copy and paste, kind of the same 3-point lighting, and like, but there's just so much else you could do to make it an interesting thing for people to watch while they're trying to take in a story.
I agree.
And I feel like people are definitely like doing that more.
The documentary I watched recently was on set, and the way they play with color.
Yes.
I was just like,
I saw that too.
I was like, I literally had to post, this is the type of like documentary style that I want to have. I want to be able to take something where it's just an interview, talking head, and really play with color, and play with lighting to just
make
create
it beautiful.
something beautiful for you to want to watch.
Exactly.
Because documentary a lot of time is long form.
Yes.
And sometimes
you got to keep their
it's
attention.
Informative.
Yes.
So
it's unconscious for the audience too, I feel like, because not everybody at home is thinking about the production value like we are.
True.
Which is hard for us to process, but like not everyone's actually thinking about that.
When you can create something that's like super beautiful, even people who aren't in film, they'll look at that and be like, "Oh my God, this was really shot beautifully."
Yeah.
You don't even know what you know. Like,
They don't know what's going on. They just know they like it.
Yes,
exactly.
Something draws them in. They're like, "Oh, I like how this was shot," and you don't even have to be a filmmaker or anything to say that, to know some.
Exactly. And as a filmmaker, I think we're also trying to constantly figure out how to maintain people's attentions like that.
Yes.
And a higher production value is always going to do that. And the high production value always kind of was like a higher like dollar sign, but not really anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're talented and you know what you're looking for and you're studying your craft, you just need a good quality light to be able to light that thing and know what you need. Do you want to bounce it?
Yes.
Do you want to put a modifier on it? Do you want hard shadows and therefore you want a hard light? The more you know about that stuff, I feel like it just increases everything. It increases the production value without having to increase your costs.
Yes.
As the person who's doing it,
I agree. So the last thing I do want to say is, I said hi, I said bye, and then I forgot my thought.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye, everybody.
But no, I think them being affordable.
Yeah.
Because on my channel, a lot of people are like, or on my Instagram, a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, how much is it?"
Yeah.
And then when I tell them, they're like, "Oh, it's so expensive."
Mm-hmm.
And filmmaking can get expensive.
Oh yeah.
And so to have these be so affordable, like $159 for the 60, and
Let me triple check.
$250
I don't
for
want to
the 120,
guys. I got $249 for the 120B, $159
for the 60. Yeah.
For the 60.
So like to me, not only is it like great lights, but it's just affordable. There are new filmmakers every day that are looking for lights and don't have it to just pay all this money for like these expensive lights. And they're also new, so that's where the overwhelming comes from. Having these big lights and you don't know a lot about it. You don't
Yeah.
know really what to do with it.
Yeah.
And so you do want to start small. You do want to start with
It's
small
less
lights.
overwhelming.
Less
You can
overwhelming
learn.
and that are more versatile
Yeah.
to use on multiple things until you can actually learn and dial in on like the exact lights that
Yeah.
you need. So I think these lights are great because they're affordable, they're versatile. Like you get RGB, you get pretty much everything that you need to start and continue. You know, to
start.
build upon.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I really love that. I really love that about these
I
lights.
like being able to provide people with stuff too where they can get started because I have like an education background as well. I've taught film before, and I just think people are overwhelmed, and if
Yeah.
you can start with something that's affordable, small, you can practice on these too. Like
Yep.
if you can always
Exactly.
evolve
Exactly.
into the bigger lights. You
Yep.
can always kind of adapt and evolve, but this is a great starting point to start
Great
playing
start.
with it.
A great start, and then evolve into the other options at NANlite. Like, just stay in the family, guys. Like, start and then just grow. Like, you
And
guys
then
have
all
a
the way up there
plethora.
is NANlux.
NANlux. Y'all
The
got
Lux
a
of the
plethora
Nans.
lights.
Yeah.
I was over there, and I saw.
Did you
like,
see how big those lights are?
I saw.
Yeah.
Explain to me the light that had the 4.
Oh, like that 4-bank thing?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a mount. I'm mostly NANlite, but I will say that that's a great mount that they have to put 4 really powerful lights together to make one big, huge. Like imagine like muslin or silk.
Yes.
Shooting that much power through something
Some
like that. The
unbleached,
kind of
yes.
set you could actually light with that. It is really kind of crazy. Like the starting point all the way to like the bigger
I was
lights.
just gonna say that. Yep.
It's all kind of
Yeah.
there, and then you can learn through those steps and learn
Yes.
through the different types of lights that you can
If
have.
you guys are here, make sure you go just get
Oh,
the
please.
pamphlet. The pamphlet has everything.
Yeah.
But even when you go over there, I was just like so amazed. Like some of the things I have not seen.
Some of the things
So-
I hadn't seen. Like this stuff is new. I hadn't seen it.
Yes,
So I like
this-
ran over to the booth myself. I've seen pictures, but I was like, it's here, it's here.
So even though this isn't here, and it's here.
It's not here. This isn't
when-
here. But hypothetically speaking, if this were here, it would be at the NANlite NANlux booth at NAB.
So do you know
Hypothetically.
when we can expect these?
So these are in May. I believe it was May 21st.
Okay.
Triple checking my notes, guys, because I never want to miss. I was right.
Ooh.
It's May 21st, guys.
So
Yeah.
this one's May 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is around the same. I think it's actually a little bit earlier in May. Yeah, so this will
Nice.
actually come out even earlier.
So you guys
I'll
will be
playing
able
with
to
that.
have access to these very, very soon. The
Absolutely.
months they're going. So we're already about to be at the end of April.
I know, it's crazy.
So this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Like this, honestly, this could be a key.
Yeah,
That could be my hair. Like you could
Yeah.
do a whole 3-point with this alone.
1,000% you
So
could. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. All for under like what? This is $250.
I have to
No,
look
two,
this up, guys. I
$199?
do not want to misquote.
Okay,
I
okay.
actually think it's less than that.
But that's $159.
Yeah. You know what we'll do?
Well,
We'll
the
put it in the
120.
comments.
Yeah, but I would assume all under 1,000 though.
Yes, they're all
So-
very affordable.
Yeah,
We even
so-
have monolights that are under 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, like Bowen style monolights
Yeah.
that are under 1,000.
So I'm here for it.
Yeah. I also think I want to end with this. I feel like the industry is going through a lot right now, and people are struggling and they're trying to get work.
Yes.
And sometimes owning your own lights and being able to work on your own stuff while you're waiting for that, or you could rent your lights, you could do other things. I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of my friends that are in the film industry right now, and they're trying to diversify what it is that they're doing to be able to
Yes.
sustain.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes owning your own stuff is a great starting point for you to have a step up than maybe other shooters that are lined up for a job.
I
you know?
would agree. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm in LA,
Right.
And my full time is DPing, and
Yeah.
that has been slow,
Yeah.
because of everything that's going on.
Sure.
So also being able to diversify myself early on,
Yeah.
and getting into more like creating content on the, like whenever I'm not getting that kind of work.
Exactly,
has
yeah.
I've actually learned how to better myself as a DP.
I bet.
by going out and just shooting and learning lighting, playing with just different things.
Yep.
Coming up with my own like projects.
Yes.
And so like now as I get back into like my DP work, you know, I know how to play a little bit more with like my lighting and what I want.
Yeah.
And be intentional about things. And so yeah, I think in the meantime, as you guys are trying to grow and learn and get into these spaces,
Yeah.
definitely taking that time to like create your own projects, learn lighting in the meantime. Because I think
Yeah.
the way that you grow is really not by having all this stuff, it's what you do with it in your meantime.
Exactly.
So
are
if
you
you're
using
not
it? Are
growing,
you
if you're
growing
not
as an
learning,
artist?
Yeah, in the
Yes.
meantime,
Yes.
then there's no way you know, because this is the best time when nothing's happening to like take that time to grow. 'Cause
Exactly.
Once it gets busy,
Yes.
you don't really have the time to kind of
Exactly.
like learn and develop yourself.
When it's busy and you're working those 15-hour days and you're just hustling, you could take the time to actually
and
just
you're trying
kind
to
of
learn
adapt.
daily.
Yeah.
You're trying to learn on the job, but like taking that time when you have that free time.
With the no stress, that's my favorite to
Yeah.
dork out with lights and just like spend a day. And it's like you don't have that pressure of a call sheet. You don't have that pressure of an AD. You don't have that pressure that it needs to be done at a certain time. You're just playing.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes creators kind of creators. I feel like we never stop playing.
Yes.
And that sense of play carries over to what we do.
And I was going to say also people feel it.
Yeah.
They feel when you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
And when you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
And then the way you explain it and then the way you show others, it all comes out.
Yes.
So I would say definitely check out these lights. And even check out their other lights. Like these, like this one and this one isn't out yet, but definitely check out NANlite in general. Yeah. And get you some lights, go out, find some scenes or some shots that you just really like and recreate them, you know?
Yeah, we did that with paintings, actually.
Yeah.
We did a video on our NANlite USA YouTube channel where we mimicked the lighting and painting.
Yes.
Because before there was film, there was even, people were still thinking about light and finding the light and shaping the light and how that comes across. So
yes,
it's like,
so go on your Pinterests, go on your shot decks, your frame sets, find scenes, or like we were talking about, we watch documentaries and we'll screen grab just a frame or a shot that we like. And then from there, just kind of figure out how you can recreate that, learn lighting.
Absolutely.
Like even just look at that image and see how the light is crafted.
Where is it coming from?
Where is it coming from?
Is it soft? Is it hard?
Warm? Is it, yes.
Yes,
so
is
I
it
think
warm?
do those things and that's really going to help you grow as a filmmaker. And that's honestly what helped me when I got started.
Yeah.
I was just shooting my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started growing and then I was able to get into the DP space. But from what I was doing and learning on my own.
Right.
And
that's what helped you do that.
And I continue to learn. Like we're forever learning.
We will always be learning. I mean, the technology alone is changing constantly. So
thank
it's
you
a necessity.
guys. Thank you so much for being here and talking
so
with me. I
I'm so
appreciate
glad
it.
that I got to finally meet you. I've been
I
a fan for a while.
Well, like I said, we're best friends now.
Obviously.
So.
Want to go get coffee?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's go.
great.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.